Why don't Jews believe in Jesus as a prophet? Because our Torah tells us that Jesus was not only a prophet, he wasn't even a donkey of a prophet. He was a wicked person that desecrated the name of God, turned himself into an idol, that told people that people should worship him, that he is bigger than the laws of the Torah, he's bigger than Shabbat. And this whole thing about him coming from a virgin is one of the biggest, is the biggest lie in history, since she was married and her husband wanted to divorce her when he found out about this. In fact, this whole thing is just a mockery of the Torah, as the Torah specifically says in Parashat Balak. Hashem is not a man. So to say that God somehow humanized himself is a form of idolatry. And last but not least, and needless to say, but the fact that the New Testament believers claim that this Jesus is a man God is because he was rose from the dead, based on the testimony of a prostitute, is literally another form of mockery of the Torah and also human intellect. To take the testimony of a prostitute and build a whole religion over it is completely ridiculous. And not only that, even if you want to say that he rose from the dead, he's certainly not the first or last person that came back from the dead. The Tanakh is full of stories, and the Gemara is full of stories of people being resurrected, whether it's Eliyahu Navi resurrecting the young boy, or it's Elisha Navi resurrecting another young boy, or even resurrecting a soldier even after he died, where the soldier fell into the same hole or grave that Elisha Navi was buried in, and his body touched the holy body of Elisha Navi and he came back to life. There are literally countless stories of people coming back from the dead in the Torah, but yet this whole new idolatrous religion is built on this story from a prostitute that he came back from the dead. It's complete nonsense. Now, I mean, I could go, you could go further and further about it. I mean, the people that wrote about him, the four parts of the different parts of the New Testament, none of the people that wrote about him ever knew him. And in fact, the authors of the New Testament are not actually the names of the people. Like Matthew is not an author of the book of Matthew. As you see in there, he speaks in the third person. So the whole thing is one human error after another, one fallacy after another. I would highly recommend watching the lectures that I've made about the topic. And of course, watching the lectures by the debate that Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi had against a pastor, or the countless debates that Rabbi Tovia Singer has had against different priests, pastors, and different scholars from the Christian world, and literally defeated one after another. The more you learn about the Torah, the more you realize that it's impossible for the New Testament to have any truth in it. Impossible for it to be true. Impossible for the whole Jesus story to be true or valid in any way, shape, or form. The reason why you believe in it is because that's what you were told. That's the way you grew up. That's what you were fed, and you never had the time, inclination, or even the desire to question the story, because this is the way you were brought up. I would highly recommend that you use your God-given brain and time in this world to go and investigate the story that you were told, and double check all the things that I just said, and countless things you're going to learn, and you will see that it becomes impossible to believe in the New Testament as a divine document. It becomes impossible to believe in Jesus as anything but a wicked person. It becomes impossible to believe any part of it. It becomes impossible to believe in anything but the Holy Torah, both the written and the oral Torah, because one complements the other, one is part of the other. It's one cannot be without the other. But again, this is a process. I have quite a few lectures about it, and of course the other rabbis that I mentioned have many lectures about it, especially Rabbi Tovia Singer has a whole career over it for the last 40 plus years. And you'll see, the more you know about the truth, the easier it is for you to identify the lie.